The inflation rate hasn't gone up, but the Smith family and many others like them are still feeling the pressure of cost of living increases. Sian and Brett have seen their pay rises failing to keep pace with inflation for a few years now, so working out the monthly budget doesn't get any easier.
Every month we look at our outgoings and whether we have an amount left over. And some months we don't have anything left over, so it is purely just bills, food, petrol, childcare, and then that's it. We literally can't do anything else.
It can get depressing, but you just got to try and see the light at the end of the tunnel, know what we're working towards, and just try and get by until something happens that we can get ahead almost, just like trying to keep our head above water and just wait until we can get actually in the boat, if you like.
But for drivers, there has been a slowdown in one part of the cost of living equation. Fuel costs have caused real headaches for motorists in the last few months, but recently the pressures have been easing. International crude oil prices have fallen, and that's resulted in some reductions on the forecourts. The average price of unleaded petrol rose to a record high of more than 142 pence a litre a year ago. Then it bounced up and down before rising above 140 again before Easter. But by today it had eased back to below 137.5.
The fall that we've seen in pump prices over recent weeks is a welcome respite, and it reflects those lower crude oil prices. However, it's likely that it's going to be pretty limited, and consumers should really see it as being a positive, but not the beginning of a downward trend.
There aren't many positives for consumers with gas prices. They've been going up. So too the profits made by energy companies. And the bosses of those businesses were hauled in front of MPs to explain themselves today. They didn't have any better news for customers.
The whole of the industry needs to invest, and therefore there are a lot of drivers that are pushing prices up. And I think we've tried to be clear on what those drivers are and explain those both in public and also to customers in private.
When it comes to growth, which might boost people's wages, there was a downbeat message from the International Monetary Fund. They've downgraded forecasts for the UK and other economies and hinted the government might need to slow down its austerity plans. Hugh Pym, BBC News.